One day, sitting in her office on the campus of Rutgers Medical School in New Jersey, Professor Gloria Bachman decided to set up an experiment. Part of her job was to help doctors learn better, and she was convinced that the division between arts and science was too rigid, that medicine could often be too narrow-minded. So, she persuaded a group of eye doctors to go study art at a local museum. And once a week, they left the hospital and went to learn about things like art theory, painting techniques, and cultural history. So, what happened? Well, the doctors loved it, and many reported significant improvements in their critical thinking and reflection. They also reported being more empathetic and understanding their patients' lives and concerns more. But perhaps the most interesting thing was that the doctors became significantly better at spotting eye defects on scans than their colleagues who hadn't studied art. Much, much better. They had learnt to look at things from another angle, learnt to look at another subject in detail, and so improved their visual literacy skills. Studying art, a subject that you would never normally associate with medicine, empowered them to save a patient's sight. The doctors had become T-shaped. Being T-shaped is about depth and breadth. Most of us have some depth in the subject that we've chosen to focus on. Accountants know about finances and taxes. Lawyers understand the law. Doctors study medicine. That depth is the leg of the T, and it's important. After all, you really want your doctor to have a deep knowledge of their subject. But what about the arm of the T? That's breadth, and that's all about going sideways and finding inspiration from areas not directly connected with your core focus. It extends your field of knowledge and allows you to have a greater pool from which to steal ideas. It might be that just by having a broader range of sources to draw on, that you find more interesting ideas to steal. Or it might be that when you're looking to solve a problem, you find inspiration in places that you might never have expected. Going T-shaped gives you more to go on. There's another great example of going T-shaped with our old friend Steve Jobs. Before he dropped out of Reed College, he took a calligraphy class. It wouldn't earn him any credit, but he really liked the posters he saw around campus. Steve said,
"I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture, and I found it fascinating."
A few years later, when he was developing the first Mac, Jobs thought back to that class and used his experiences to make sure that typography was at the heart of the user experience. This differentiation helped define Apple. It made them unique, all part of Jobs' obsession with design excellence. That means that the Mac is the first choice of creatives today. In Jobs' case, the leg of the T was technology, something he knew instinctively and was deeply passionate about. But the arm of the T was calligraphy, going somewhere totally unexpected and then bringing back what he'd learned and applying it to his core interest. The chances are that you have things that you are deeply passionate about, where you'll have an excellent understanding and genuine skill set that makes you who you are. So how is it that you can become more T-shaped? The most important thing is to be open to possibility, to recognise that you can find inspiration in different places. Some of them might be close by your subject, some of them might be just to the side, but some might be really way out there. If you look at fashion designers don't just look at clothes. They go broader into art, science, music, architecture, and politics. Just think about Hussein Chalian and his coffee table dress. When it was revealed in 2000, it was hailed as transformative, merging fashion, furniture, and function. But Chalian had gone even broader than that. The ideas were inspired by war refugees, who had to take all their possessions with them wherever they went, who had no home, no haven, fashion became political statement. That's going T-shaped, seeing something different and deciding that it's worth investigating further.